Alright, welcome back to Black Summoner Anime Review, episode number 2. We review episodes 3 through 6 this time. I watched 3 and 4 last night to make up for the fact I had a chance to watch hardly any episodes after 2 yesterday. So, in 3 and 4, basically, you have where, after an adventure, basically, I think that he got some money, so he went to go buy himself a woman. So, Melfina, by the way, she goes off. She appears in episode 4. That we'll get back to that. So, he goes to find the elf girl he briefly saw back in episode 1, hoping she'd not been sold yet. And he gets to the area where they are selling the slaves. She's not been sold yet. We have someone try to touch her, and he caught on fire. And he looked at her like, possibly like, yeah, there's this curse, like this Blade Dragon curse, and gotta go to his greatest spell. So he goes and leaves, comes back, buys her on the spot, and then breaks the curse, and, well, takes her back to the inn, where basically we have, her name is, Ethel, that's her name, Ethel, and puts her in a maid outfit. If you see her basically on the cover of the light novels, that's the outfit that she wears in the anime. This maid outfit, this sort of like a battle maid per se, and of course they pair food. By the way, it's later revealed, I think it was in episode 6, that the innkeeper is married to, because basically in episode 6, actually it was 4 I think it was, while they're going on basically an adventure, she, Quest, it's revealed that she basically beat the examiner, who turns out, they revealed this in episode 6, that he actually, the examiner who she beat, is actually the husband, the innkeeper. Yep. Which, okay, interesting. I like that he paired all his food. And then the very next episode, we debut the 4 heroes that are first mentioned back in episode 1. And their names are Trey. It is Toya. Yeah, Toya. And there's like 3 girls. There is Setsuna, Mabu, and I don't have a name for the third one. So, Toya, who does speak in episode 6, is voiced by Bashir Raspi, who is way younger than me. He is like 9 years younger than me. And have I seen him in it? I have. He was a character in How Realists Rebuilt the Kingdom. An actual name character, not some background character. Let's see. He was a background character in Save the Hours Ago, 8 Hours Ago from Retirement. He is a character called Ending. He was also in One Piece. He was in Tales of One Rings as a background character. A background character in the case of Advantos. Tetsuya Santo. Oh, actually, that's somebody else. And a background character in Registered Hero. Yeah. Not much to there with those. Yes. And so, then, like after they meet the hero, of course, they're immediately sent out to deal with a demon in this sealed off dungeon, which turns out to be the entrance to be a hut. Yes, a hut. So Effie, Gerard, and Ethel, and Gerard, and of course Kelvin, go down, and of course they encounter a demon named Victor the Glutton, who is voiced by Justin Cook. Those of you not familiar with this guy is basically Red Riot from My Hero Academia. Also, fun fact, he is the cousin of voice actor Aaron Desmook. You're thinking, why does his name sound familiar? Oh yeah, he's the voice of Senku from Dr. Stone. Yep, cousins. I'm like, that's actually really cool. And he's one voice actor who's actually older than me. By about 5 years. Actually, more like 6 years older than me. And he appears in 4, and he appears in 5. They, of course, have him battle him, of course. And eventually, of course, he gets excited because he has to be battling Gerard. And he wins. And we see this elf, this demon girl, and her name is Sarah. She actually starts speaking in episode 6. Who's voicing her? Alexis Tipton. Thinking, really? Alexis? Yeah, and the last series I watched her in was Psalm the Villainous, Psalm Taming the Final Boss. That was the last one I watched where she was basically voicing a character. And now she's here in the 32nd series for her. Yep. And so she becomes a servant and gets a new outfit, of course, gets Victor's armor. And then, of course, he wants to go get rice. Yep, he wants to go get rice. So then we're basically on the way there to his next town. They're stopped by a bandit. A little small group led by a woman named Karna, who is voiced by Lindsay Seidel. You're like, that's interesting. Yeah, she only appears in one episode, and she's voiced by the amazing Lindsay Seidel. And by the way, for her, this is my 19th series I've heard of her. You're like, wait, 19? Yep, 19th. And that is actually really cool, the fact this actually is 19. And the last series I watched her is the next series I'm watching right now. I left my former airing party to join help one former series explore Dungeon Depths. Yeah. And her group gets easily beaten by Sarah. And of course, the leader who uses level 70. And then we're introduced to a guild master named Mist, who's voiced by Wendy Powell, who only technically appears in 2 episodes. Yeah, I will see her again in episode 8. So, by the way, when you first see the heroes, we see a priestess named Colette. This is what I feel because this is her. She appears in the very next episode of the series. Now, she is voiced by Jade Saxton. You're like, really? That's a big name. Because it is. This, for me, is my 34th series I've seen her in. Yep, 34th. You're like, that's interesting. So then, of course, they mention, oh yeah, there's this guy run this, there's this group called the Black Fangs, and they go break into their hideout because, of course, they're bringing the heroes in too. By the way, I'm going to reveal the name, who voices the heroes. So, the female heroes, let's see. Setsuna is voiced by Kristen McGuire. Those of you unfamiliar with her, you're probably familiar with one of the most popular characters she's voiced in her career in the last few years. That being Malim from That Time Occurrence of Slime. Yep, and this for me it's actually the 22nd series I've heard her in. There is a character in Myobi who is a witch, and she's voiced by Molly Ceresi. And yes, I do find that cool, the fact that she's in this series. For Molly, this is only the 13th series I come across her. Yeah, 13th. Yeah, and then of course they break into the dungeon. There of course is a woman there who is yelling at the guy in charge of the place, and her name is Postera. She's a woman who wears a half mask on her face, and she's voiced by Caitlin Barr. Yep, Caitlin Barr voicing a one-shot character. At least she's a named character. And for Caitlin, this actually is my 33rd series I've come across. So yeah, 33rd. Wow. Yes, definitely. And of course, they also be a guy named Hope, who's voiced by Kristen Harris. Yeah, he's a guy running this small, like, little dungeon, like the cell. He gets beaten up really easily, and they free him. There's a little guy named Luca, who's voiced by the awesome Emily Lowe. Yep. For Emily, excuse me, this is let's see, for Emily, this is the 17th series I've heard her in. Yeah, and she's going to be here for a little bit, so. And after they beat up the two other guys, then the heroes show up, and of course, they meet with a slime, and of course, Luca explains, oh yeah, this slime actually works for the Abraham adventurer who actually freed us. And then, of course, they assume people wearing the masks, actually, they're the Abraham Avengers, but nope. And then the episode ends with the 4 heroes confronting our main characters. Kelvin, Elfie, Gerard, Elfo, Gerard, and Sarah. End of the episode. Really good here. Like I said, still enjoying this. Oh, and I forgot to mention my last episode. This is actually the 22nd series I've covered this year. Good. And by the way, no one coming after there'll be a couple more, but I'm watching one episode because they already started. I'm already going to watch them. Probably have to get this one done here. Yep. So right now, I am effectively halfway through the season. Yes, halfway through this series a few years ago. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the particular video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications. I will see you all in my next video. Okay? Which we learn for this one here. Okay, let's go. Bye.